Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Now and Then Some podcast with Robin and Kaley. I'm your host, Robin.
And I'm your other host, Kaley.
And here we talk about everything from now and then.
And then some.
That's right. It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute.
Yep.
But we're back.
We're back.
We're here.
We took a little trip.
We took a long trip.
A very long trip. And then Kaley got the flu.
Yes. So if I sound a little raspy, maybe sexy, that's why.
Your Monica voice.
Yeah. My don't you want to get with this? Yeah. That's why I sound like this. But I am on the up and up.
Very good. We're
Yes.
glad to be back. Hopefully y'all missed us. Hopefully people noticed that we were gone.
I think some people noticed. I got some messages.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. So what are we talking about this week, Kaley?
Well, we have many things to talk about, but I feel like we need to talk about what happened in the airport going to our trip.
Yeah, it was not the best start, but boy, did we laugh.
Oh my goodness.
How we laughed.
So we were going to Vegas for a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to pack a lot.
A lot.
Like a lot.
Like
a lot
we both
of
had
options.
2 checked bags.
Yes, 2 checked bags and then a carry-on.
Mm-hmm.
So my thought was, okay, I have 1 big suitcase. I have 1 little suitcase. I'll check those.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll bring a duffel on the plane with me.
That poor duffel.
Poor little pink duffel. So we go up to the counter. I go up to the counter to check my bags. And
mind you, I had already put mine back there.
Yep.
They were under 50 and they were...
Well, she didn't even look at yours.
Yeah, they were
Let's be real. She just said, okay, you're good.
Yeah.
And put them on the thing.
We should have done yours first.
Yes. So I go up there and she's like, you're at 52. Take out at least 2 pounds. And I'm like, oh, no. You don't understand the struggle that was this morning trying to close the dang thing.
Yeah, she had to sit on it just to... excuse me. She had to sit on it just to close it. So
Yes.
we knew that was... And we were just like, okay, this is what we're doing. So we went out behind the little kiosks, in between the kiosks and the place where everybody's walking. And we opened them up and we're just shoving things in the duffel.
I'm trying to fit more in the duffel. I'm trying to fit more in Robin's backpack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, I feel like we got out 2 pounds.
Yeah. So she's zipping back up the suitcase.
Yes.
And I'm very slowly zipping up this duffel because there was no stretch.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, I even said out loud, I really don't want to break this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I was shoving some stuff in my backpack while you completed the zipping. And
when I tried to zip it, I pulled and bam, the zipper busts open on the duffel that I'm bringing with me on the plane.
yep.
And I am...
Mind you, before this, as she's doing this, whenever we were getting the suitcase all the way zipped, I'm sitting on it going, ride 'em, cowboy.
Robin is riding the suitcase while I'm trying to zip around her. Then
I was just trying to make the best out of the situation.
And then I'm hitting the duffel before I rip the zipper, I'm hitting the duffel, like resuscitating the thing.
I go, clear. Which is probably not the best thing to yell super loud in an airport in retrospect. But
I mean, if you were an onlooker at the Austin airport for this, I can only imagine
9
what this
a.m.
looked.
on a Friday.
Can only imagine what this looked like.
Yeah.
2 girls rolling around on the ground trying to fix their luggage situation.
Yep. So we marked the time of death. I believe it was about 8:33 a.m.
Yes, time of death on that poor duffel. But the duffel did have to come with me on the plane, so I brought this open duffel on the plane and had to strategically put it in the carry-on parts up top. So,
And then the next lady let us through, even though we were still a little bit over.
yes.
We went to a different line. Kaylee's like, let's go to that lady. Maybe she'll be nice to us. And she was.
She was.
On the way back, mine were both about, I think, a little over 47 pounds because I had a bunch of your stuff in them.
Mine were about 48.
Yeah. Woo! But we made it.
It was a debacle. But yeah, so then a week in Vegas, which is a lot.
And then a lot of sleep.
And then a lot of sleep when we got back. And then, of course, I was sick.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are.
And here we are.
But I'm so happy to be on the up and up and be back.
I'm glad you are too.
Talking on the pod.
I've missed you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a week.
It's been like a week.
It's been a week.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long time for us.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Okay, what else? What else?
Oh, something that I feel like I want to talk about too is ham.
Ham.
Like the saying, she went ham.
Oh,
Or I'm going to go ham on that.
I did not know what you meant by ham. I was just like, I'll see what she means. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought this was a very well-known thing that if you say she's going ham, you know that means hard as a mother.
Nope.
Apparently people don't know that. I've taught, over the last few weeks, I've taught multiple people what that means.
Yeah. I thought it just meant like she's going hard on it. Like she's like, wow, she really went ham on that burger. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that.
Oh my God.
That was an accident. She really went ham on that plate of food. Like, yeah.
You just thought ham meant
Ham.
hard.
Yeah.
But not, it actually stood for hard as a mother.
Is this confirmed? Or is this just something the internet made up?
This is just...
they reverse engineered it.
This has been for years.
Oh.
No, years, Robin.
Did y'all know this? Tell me in the comments.
Tell me if you knew that she went ham meant hard as a mother. Because it does.
I did not know that.
I've educated multiple people. I felt like I needed to bring it up.
Yeah. Well, now you know. The more you know. Yeah, I bet there's lots of little idioms and sayings that we say and don't know what it really means or stands for. And we just are out here saying it.
She went ham, baby.
Now we know. All right. Well, shall we get into the and then?
Let's do it.
Okay. My and then is brought to you by Manila. Do you remember?
Okay.
Somebody was doing something with a Manila folder the other day. And I was like, oh my God, Manila folders. And then I remembered Manila paper. Remember those big sheets of Manila paper? Why?
I don't know.
Why was that the paper of choice?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't we go for like a nice crisp white?
What's the manila?
What's with all the Manila?
What's with the manila?
And where'd all the Manila go? Do they still use it, I wonder?
I don't know. I can ask my mom, though. She's a teacher.
I feel like I've seen my kids bring artwork home and it's on big pieces of white paper. Where has all the Manila gone?
Yeah, everything was manila.
Manila paper. And it was just like, it would fall apart. You couldn't really use too much paint. Oh, that was another thing. The tempura paint.
I don't know.
The paint that came in the big, like the smell of that paint that came in the big jugs of like primary colors. And you would like mix the colors together to make the non-primary colors. And just that smell is so strong. If you smell it in your adulthood, it like takes you right back to art class.
Did you smell it?
Recently, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Takes you right back to art class. Because like as an adult, you don't do that much painting. And when you do, you're probably not like busting out the buckets of tempura. I'm just going to keep calling it tempura.
Are you hungry?
Yes, actually. That sounds really good. Some nice tempura fried rice. But yeah, all of those art supplies back then, I just feel like art supplies from the 90s, we just went cheap with it. And nowadays, they don't really do that anymore. They use quality stuff.
Yeah.
Because we're all spoiled.
Of art class, so my 6th grade year, we had to take an elective. And it was either choir, band, orchestra, dance, or
even the
art.
word elective just like sent me back.
Yes.
What elective are you taking?
So 6th grade, I said, well, I'm not going to do all these instruments. I'm not that great a singer. I'm going to go with art. Oh my God, Robin, art is a strong word. That I created in that class. I mean, people, they laughed at me and I deserved every bit of the laughing.
Does your mom have any of this still?
Oh God, I hope not.
Whenever you go home, you should.
I'll check it out, but oh no. I just remember this horse. Oh, we had to do a horse head.
Horses are hard.
It was really hard, okay? I had to do a horse head. It looked like a big black blob of just badness.
Sorry if you can hear my dog whining outside the door, but I'm not letting her in.
And my best friend Shelby was in my art class, and she is like an artiste, just so good with all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I just remember sitting next to her and looking at her beautiful horse, and mine was a big black blob, and I was like, wow. I mean, I passed the class because effort, but it wasn't pretty.
It's not like you could just bust out your phone and like pull up a picture of a horse real quick. Like you had to like just go off of horse memory.
Even if they gave me a picture of a horse, I still had to paint it.
I think I thought I was more of an artist than I truly was, but I won a contest one time with a color pencil drawing of a sandcastle. I think it was in 5th grade. And it hung on the wall in the hallway for everyone to see. Yeah. And I think from then on I thought I was a good artist, but I'm just not.
No, right.
I'm not bad.
No, you're way better than me.
Yeah.
So much better than me, y'all. So much better.
Gotta love the elective.
Yes.
Okay, that's all.
Okay. My and then is...
Oh, wait, one more thing.
Okay.
All right, did I tell you that teacher was obsessed with Egypt?
I don't think so.
Miss Jenkins. She was obsessed with Egypt. So when I think of elementary school art class, almost every single project that we worked on was related to Egypt.
Why was she obsessed
I don't
with
know.
Egypt?
Like almost every single thing, or maybe I'm just remembering it weirdly, but I swear she had an Egypt obsession.
Interesting.
Okay, that's
Okay, great. My and then is Armageddon, the movie.
all.
The reason
Don't want to close my eyes.
Thank you. Just amazing.
Don't wanna fall asleep.
Young
Iconic.
Ben Affleck
He could get it.
is just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
Oh, I think I was combining the two in my brain because I was also thinking Josh Hartnett, but that's
Pearl Harbor. Which is also another great and then, but
Is Liv Tyler in both of those though?
no, Kate Beckinsale's in
Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
Yeah. But Armageddon is my and then because I had watched it. It was on, you're scrolling.
Yeah.
I was like, shoot, they got me. I'm in.
Got me.
So I was in for 3.5 hour movie with commercials. It was good.
Still holds up.
Still slaps for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
What year was that? Do you know?
98, 99, something
I would
like
say
that.
somewhere around there.
It's either 98 or 99.
Yeah. I mean, the way
it's
asteroids, meteors had a grip on us.
Yes. It had Yost
Oh, yeah.
from Remember the Titans. It had Owen Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
It had Steve Buscemi. I mean, you've got
Bruce Willis.
Ben
R.I.P. in that
Affleck.
movie.
And the guy from Green Mile, R.I.P.
Oh, yeah. Dang it.
It'll, Anyway, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
He's in it too.
It has an interesting name.
Isn't it like Quincy Jones or something? He's got like a 3 name.
Oh, and then that's not who I was thinking of. Yeah, the way, like, the impending, there could be a meteor crashing into Earth at any point in time was the narrative. And I think it goes all the way back to, like, several decades. I was listening to a podcast about it, actually, where they found some weird object that isn't a moon, but it is a moon of Venus. Pretty interesting. And they were talking about how asteroids and, like, the fear of meteors crashing into Earth has really been a thing that was in the media and propaganda for a long time, but especially in like the 80s and 90s. And yeah, there's a lot of movies about that.
There is.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah. And it's interesting because when I watch the movie, it's like obviously very serious, but they've got so much humor mixed throughout this thing. And I'm like, y'all are really about to go into space to save all of humanity, but y'all are cracking a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
But really good movie. So that was my ending because I sat through 3.5 hours of it and watched it, and I was like, this is still good.
Good stuff. All right. Shall we get to the now?
Let's go to the now. Okay, so Love Is Blind news.
I do not know what this is.
Okay. Well, the new season starts on Valentine's Day.
Didn't we like just get a season? Am I crazy?
That was a little while ago.
I guess it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the new season starts on Valentine's Day.
Oh, I know what it is.
And
I watched the Sweden one.
I can't even
like,
comment.
I just finished a season.
I can't even comment on Robin's interesting choices.
Valentine's Day, great.
Yes. So, and they released the cast photos and everything. So looks about normal. We'll see, normal age range of
Where is it?
mid 20s to mid 30s. Charleston, I think. So we'll see. I'll be locked in for another season. The other Love Is Blind news is that Alexa and Brennan are expecting a baby together.
Yay.
Yes.
Love them.
So they're the couple. They were my favorite. Was that season 4?
It was 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think it was 4. They were my favorite that season. I ran into them at the Houston Rodeo. I didn't talk to them because they looked serious, but I did walk right by them at the Houston Rodeo, and now they're expecting a baby. So
That's
I
so
thought
sweet.
That was very exciting.
They're very much a Love Truly Is Blind couple because you would never have put them together in the real world. So.
No, and there was never any. They were like the ones that never had any issues when they did see each other of like being weird physically. They were like, nope, we love each other. Doesn't matter.
Cute.
Yeah, so that was my Love Is Blind news that I'm bringing to the table.
Excited for that.
Okay, my next news is very sad.
Oh.
I've got 2 RIPs.
Okay.
The first one is Carl Weathers, who played Apollo Creed in the Rocky movies.
That's right. I actually did know that because he also played, shoot, I can't remember
He's
his
in
character.
Happy Gilmore. Chubbs.
Yeah, Chubbs, yeah.
Yeah, he played Chubbs in Happy Gilmore. So R.I.P. to Carl Weathers. He had a big part of my childhood. Obviously, love the Rocky movies.
Yeah.
So, very sad. Very sad. The other one, I'm not going to lie to you, really took me out. I was crying when I found out. Toby Keith.
I saw the memes and I thought it was just like talking about his feud with formerly the Dixie Chicks, now the Chicks, where they were like standing over his grave. And I was like, what is this?
I
Like,
didn't see any
why
of
are we
that.
talking about this? And then I Googled it and I was like, oh, he really died. This kind of messed up
I didn't
memes.
see any of those
I
memes.
saw a couple that had Dixie Chicks and Toby Keith being dead.
Oh, well, he's dead. He died of stomach cancer. So he
Oh.
had announced it a few years ago.
That's sad.
Yeah, he had announced it a few years ago. And he did a few shows last year, but he just like didn't even look like himself. Just
Right.
like really skinny and looked like he was battling it, you know. But he passed away, and I cried. When I saw that, I cried because I listened to him growing up so much. He was almost on my list of like albums
Yeah.
that shaped us or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I listened to his albums growing up so much. I love so many of his songs. He has one of like the best, I feel like, America songs out there, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue.
I really only know the "How Do You Like Me Now?"
Now that I'm on my way.
And then
Yeah.
he got into that political stuff, and so I think I kind of
Oh, I don't listen to none of his new stuff, if he even has new stuff. I listened to all his old stuff growing up.
Yeah.
Like just, Beer for My Horses with Willie Nelson. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I do know that one.
Tim McGraw did a tribute to him the other night at his concert.
Aw.
Dierks Bentley did. I saw all these videos. Dierks Bentley did a tribute. Darius Rucker did a tribute.
That's nice.
Yeah. So R.I.P. to both Toby and Carl.
Well, in slightly happier news,
Yeah.
way happier news.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. Not only did she win a Grammy for
Woohoo.
Best Album of the Year, among other ones, I think she won a couple.
Yeah.
She announced that she
Out of nowhere.
is coming out with a new album in just a couple months in April.
Yes.
Called the
Tortured Poets Department.
which is doesn't roll off the tongue.
No, it doesn't.
But yeah, everybody was just floored by that. We thought we were getting a Reputation re-record announcement. The look matched the Reputation
Totally.
announcement.
Totally.
So that's what we all thought she was going to say. Nobody was expecting a new album, and poor Joe Alwyn.
Yeah.
We're going to have another RIP after this.
I don't think it's going to be good for him.
Nope. This is definitely very pointed at him. Goodbye London is track 5. Something like that. See you never London. It's not that, but something about saying goodbye to London, which is where he's from. And very pointed song titles because she released the track list, which we don't have in front of us, but very much obviously a breakup album.
Yes.
Yikes.
It's going to be.
And did you hear that
Interesting.
he had a group text called the Tortured Men's Department?
Yes.
So big yikes, obviously, about him because they're on record talking about it. So she's not trying to hide that at all.
Oh, no. She's not. She's never trying to hide. She's always like, let me just put this out there.
Yeah. It's interesting because the title and the cover don't really match to me. Like the cover art's very kind of sensual, sexy.
Definitely sexy.
And then so I'm wondering, and then the song titles are
I
giving
need
me
to know
more
the vibe.
Reputation vibe.
See, that's what I'm like. Because I just love you, Taylor. I don't want a slow folklore
I don't think it
evermore.
is.
I
I think the title is tongue in cheek.
need the upbeat.
Yeah.
And the Tortured Poets Department doesn't sound upbeat to me.
I'm thinking it's tongue in cheek and not literal.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah. So speaking of Taylor, Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's going to come back from old Tokyo to come see her mans.
Well, I guess we'll know by the time this comes out whether or not she was there, whether or not they won.
Yep.
So fingers crossed that the Chiefs win. They get to have that moment of her running out in the field, them going out afterward, all that fun stuff. But my friend Betty, shout out Betty, is throwing a Taylor Swift themed Super Bowl party.
Nice.
And so I just want to read you some of the food items that she will have there. So I've got my list over here. Invisible string cheese. Look what you made meat do.
Nice.
Yes. Queso It Goes. Mildest Dreams salsa and chips. Lavender Haze lemonade.
Nice.
Let's see. Bean Jeweled.
Nice. Nice.
Cornelia Street, and it's a corn casserole. Let's see. What are some other ones? Oh, this one got me. Teardrops on My Goudar.
Gouda?
Yep.
Nice.
Let's see. Olive Too Well, 10-minute version. Tim McGuack. Bad Blood Orange. That's a drink. And I said, if we, we're very wealthy, we could have, I think it's, how do you say this? Champagne. That's Moet. Doesn't matter. Moet. We could have the tortured Moet department, and it's mimosas.
Nice. I love it.
So very excited for that. As you listen to this, that will have already happened, and I'm sure everything was delicious.
Oh, I bet. I love it.
Oh, wait, there was one other one. I'll remember later and tell you, but it's Nicole's bringing, she has this big football stadium thing, and she's putting Sweet Nothings Stadium.
Cute.
Yep.
Cute.
Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs. Did you see, speaking of the Chiefs, did you see Brittany Mahomes did a Sports Illustrated?
No. She look good?
Yeah, they got her all decked out in red.
Did she
to different red swimsuits.
learn how to not have tight curls? Does she have like normal curls?
Yeah, she looks normal. She looks normal.
Bless her.
Yeah, but everyone was like, y'all stop hating on her. Look, she's on Sports Illustrated.
That's very cool. Good for her.
Good for her. Is that all the now we got?
That's all the now we got. We're going to get into our recap of the Traitors. Okay, so if you're not watching the Traitors, you need to get with it because it's amazing. But I would skip this if you don't want any spoilers.
Yep.
So,
because we're going up to what?
episode 7.
Episode 7.
Yeah, so I think we have three or four episodes that we need to talk about.
I think I have 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Yep.
Okay.
That
we need to chat.
So, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. They brought back Kate from Below Deck.
Yeah, you know my feelings.
You didn't love her the first time, but
didn't love her the first time.
She's good for the one-liners.
Yeah, she seems fine this time, whatever.
Yeah. She's a faithful.
I don't know. You could bring back a lot of people I get excited about. She wasn't one of them, but that's fine, whatever.
She's not really adding much except for the occasional one-liner.
Exactly.
But, so when we picked back up, the episode was when all of a sudden
Parvati was trying to poison someone.
Yes, that's right.
That's where we picked
up. And
up.
we thought that she was going to kill Bergie or Pete.
Right.
And she ended up killing Ekin. Poor Ekin was so trusting. I think they had a little, bubbly that evening.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out.
To Ekin.
Yes. So everyone was shooketh, very confused by that. I loved the dramatic thing of the walking funeral procession, and they had to figure out the clues to figure out who was safe. And then they all guessed wrong because they thought that she would have killed MJ instead of Ekin Sue, and so they didn't win any money, and Ekin Sue still died. Bye, Ekin.
It was nice seeing you. You looked
She
great.
also wasn't really adding much, so
no, she wasn't.
It was fine. But yeah, looks great. I don't know if she's still with Davide.
She's not. They broke up.
Oh.
I saw.
Like for real this time?
For real.
Okay.
They had broken up a few months ago, but out of respect for her on the show, they didn't announce anything.
Oh, that's nice.
Because they didn't want her to take away. But now that she's off the show, they announced it.
Gotcha. Speaking of loves and partnerships, CT
and
Phaedra are so cute.
They're everything.
So cute.
They're everything. Their cute little relationship. Them holding hands through the woods.
Oh, yeah. So in the last episode, they're like, oh, we need to partner up. And they just looked at each other and CT goes, how you doing?
I know. I'm like, yes. I love him
so cute.
So much.
And Phaedra's still playing the game brilliantly.
I don't know how you're going to beat her. I really don't.
No.
Because she's like Suri in the way of she has all these people that are going to be so faithful to her and think she's a faithful no matter what.
And she has her law degree. I think she was a practicing lawyer for a while. So she's ready. I mean, when Dan came at her, so Pilot Pete plants a trap, says that him and Janelle had the shield when it was really Bergie and somebody else.
Yeah.
And so they only tell 3 people, CT, Parvati, and Dan. And then they tried to kill.
Because that's who he thinks are the traitors.
And then luckily he's like, okay, I don't think it's CT. So he's got somehow all of a sudden he's the biggest game player. And he traps Dan, and Dan trying to defend himself at the round table for banishment, I thought he was going to go after Parvati. But he goes after Phaedra.
Well, I knew he was going to go after Phaedra because him and Parv are closer. Like, they know each other. He didn't know Phaedra.
Yeah.
And he knows that Phaedra would cut him in a second.
See, I suppose I thought that he would go after Parvati because of that, and then that would throw suspicion off of him big time if he was going after his pal, Parvati. So that's just what I thought. But no, he tried to go after Phaedra and failed miserably.
I felt bad for him. But I get where he had to do something. Because he was under the gun. Like, he had to try. But it did not work out for him.
Nope.
So, we lost Dan.
Lost Dan.
Lost a traitor. So then, they had to recruit.
Yep.
Or they had the opportunity to recruit.
Yes.
And Parv was like, we got to recruit Peter because he's coming after me.
Yeah.
She thought there's no other option. I personally was wanting them to recruit CT.
Yeah.
Because I feel like CT and Phaedra could win the whole game.
Yeah.
So easily, and I would be so happy.
Well, they may still.
Hold on. Yeah, they may still.
They may still recruit him because Pete said no.
Pete turned down.
I get that he's like, I'm a loyal faithful. I've been here with the faithfuls, but that is the dumbest
move. Because now you
gotta
can
be a traitor.
Now you can get killed off.
Yeah.
Also, if he would have said yes, no one is suspecting him of being a traitor.
Right. And he could have eliminated the other traitors somehow.
Yes.
And still.
He's got his whole little Pete's pals. They all listen to him. So.
Yep. Him and Burgalicious.
Oh, Burgalicious.
And John, apparently.
Yes.
So old John from the UK, who I'm so sad to know that he has this reputation and all these reports of being a bully, and that's what ended his political career because he seems
very
sweet and lovable and innocent.
He does.
And trusted by the faithfuls, and you never really see him speak, but when he gave that speech about Dan, when they're going on the round table.
Oh, yeah.
Whoo, what he said something like, this guy is the silent slaughterer, and he shall be punished for it. Mm-hmm. And then Phaedra goes, yeah.
I liked the Phaedra going, I do too much because you do too little.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Oh, girl.
That was good. So kind of fast forwarding because we mentioned Peter refused. So that brings us to episode 7. Mm-hmm. The partners in the challenge going through the woods, different challenges. When they got snatched up by those nets.
Oh, my God. They just snatched old CT up.
So funny. And then we ended up finding out that there's no banishment.
This whole thing was weird to me.
Yeah.
No murder, no banishment. I was like, what's the point of this episode?
Yeah, they did something similar in, I want to say The Mole, where they were at a nice dinner and they had to say the one person that they like trusted the most. And then one person that was left, we thought was, the audience is led to believe that, oh, if nobody trusts them, they're going to go home. But they got the option of, okay, you can still stay in the game, or knowing that fact that nobody trusts you, you can take $20,000 out of the prize pot and leave. And that's what she did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She was like, see ya.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe they stole that from them just to narrow it down to who could be killed.
And of course, Phaedra saved CT.
Phaedra saved CT, which is
like,
so cute.
light his torch, baby.
Yeah. And then and then CT, instead of saving his friend Trishelle, he saved John.
Let's use friend very lightly.
Yeah, because didn't they come in like mortal enemies at the beginning of this?
Yeah, they had never gotten along on the challenge. For years, Robin. Yeah. They never got along.
Yeah. So she was acting real weird.
She's dramatic. She's extra.
She kept begging everyone to save her.
They call her Trashelle on the challenge.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Her outfits are it's not great. Good. So CT was saying, do I go for the friendship or the game? And he chose John for the game. And I'm just thinking, what strategy? What,
I think CT is not sure which side to believe yet. So he's trying to like kind of be in the middle and hear out both sides. Like Pete's pals and all the ladies. All the ladies with CT at the pool table was also cracking me up.
Yeah.
But like, I think he is like, I'm not really sold on either side. I'm trying to kind of play in the middle, I think is what he was trying to do by that.
And I think that he knows for a fact in his heart that John is not a faithful.
Traitor. Right.
So that was the safe bet because he doesn't know that about Trishelle.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, that's interesting.
It seemed like a random choice for sure.
Mm-hmm. So one thing that I marked down was when Peter pulled Parvati and Phaedra into the armory to talk to them. that was weird.
Yeah.
I didn't know what he was getting at. And B, I thought it was very smart of Phaedra to be like, nope,
I'm out of here.
Out. She wanted no part in it. She did not want to be part of the little side conversations where somebody could bring it back to her.
Exactly.
She wanted to just stay out of the fray.
Again, I go back to she's going to be tough to beat in this game.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah. So who do we think they're going to murder?
Burgalicious.
Yeah.
Because he's Pete's right-hand man.
He's the palliest of all the pals.
Yes, the palliest of Pete's pals.
Mm-hmm. And we're not just making up Burgalicious. When Phaedra pretends to think that he was murdered because she definitely thought he was murdered because she didn't know he had a shield. So she goes, not my Burgalicious.
I call him Burgalicious. I was calling him Burgalicious before the show. I was calling him Burgalicious from Love Island.
It does rhyme with Fergie, Bergie.
Yeah.
Burgalicious.
Burgalicious.
I don't know the words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I also wrote down, I thought it was really funny when Phaedra was saying that Parvati needs to be more lovable. And then in the confessional, she's like impersonating her and saying she was an Iron Maiden and an Ice Princess. Yeah. She was just like, you're cold. You're an Ice Princess. And then she did like an impersonation of her and they're a weird pairing, just the two of them. They need a third traitor to come in to kind of help with that energy that they got going on.
Recruit again.
Yeah.
Oh, please, CT, please.
Okay, who else could it be? It's not going to be John.
No.
If they don't kill Bergie, it could be Bergie.
They're not going to do any of Pete's pals, I don't think.
No. Trishelle, I kind of feel like they might kill Trishelle just because she's annoying.
I wouldn't be that mad at
And
her.
like the squeaky wheel gets the grease, you know? She's like, don't kill me, don't kill me. It's like, die, bitch.
Yeah, we're tired of listening to
Like in the horror movies, the one that's like, no, please.
She kind of drives me nuts.
Yeah, she's pretty annoying.
If they kill her.
Off with her head.
Yeah, if they kill her, I'm not hurt by it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it'll probably be one of those two, Bergie or her. And then, I can't imagine who else they would recruit besides CT, really. MJ?
Sandra.
I feel like
she did win Survivor twice, Robin. Don't underestimate her.
Yeah. I don't
and
know.
Parv
I don't know
knows
if Parv
that.
would want to share with her, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
I hope they pick CT. I really, really do.
Mm-hmm.
And then CT and Phaedra take it to the end.
The week to week is tough.
I hate it. I'm much more of a binger.
Yes, it's torture.
Yeah.
Like when 8 o'clock on Thursdays roll around, I'm like, Sawyer, Nate. Harrison doesn't care. And Sawyer's like, this is my favorite show. She kept talking during it. We were like, just watch the show. Mm-hmm. She gets so amped up about it, which I understand, but she can't process those emotions.
Well, it's hard being an audience member and knowing everything and they know nothing.
Yeah. So she's like screaming at it. And I'm like, okay, no more talking for 5 minutes. Thank you.
Yep.
But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. I love that show.
So
I love it.
Locked and loaded. Maybe we'll wait till the finale and then recap leading up to it.
Whatever you say, Robin.
Or we can do week to week. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay.
So what's next? Rex. Okay, my rec. Switching it up a little.
Hold on, I just knocked over my microphone. Okay. Continue.
Okay. My rec, switching it up a little bit this week. Usually we do TV shows and stuff.
Movies.
So I'm going to do 2, I would say, up-and-coming country artists.
Okay.
That I really enjoy listening to.
All right.
And I've met one of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I have Megan Maroney, who is, she's just the cutest little thing. She just came out with a new song called No Caller ID that I really, really like. I really like her old song, Tennessee Orange. She's just cute little kind of mix of Dolly and like a young Casey Musgraves.
Oh, she's coming out with a new album too.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
So she's very definitely country.
Okay.
Megan Maroney. So I really like her. So that's my rec.
Nice.
Check her out on Spotify. I listen to her all the time.
Sweet.
And then Randall King is my other one who I have met. I went and saw him in Kyle Park in Cedar Park years ago. And I have some family friends that are like best friends with Kyle Park's parents. So we hang out. I hang out with Kyle Park's parents and Kyle Park all the time. It's actually very.
I don't know who that is, but cool.
Oh, he's a Texas country singer. Some people out there probably find that cool that
Of course they do.
hung out with him and his parents.
I just realized that I was acting like I knew who you were talking about. And then I was like, I don't.
You don't know Kyle Park?
No.
He's got a few like really popular songs. You probably know if you heard.
Okay.
Anyway, so I hang out with his family all the time, but we went and saw one of his shows and he was singing with Randall King, who to me sounds like a young George Strait.
Oh, wow.
So when we went and saw them a few years ago, they did like a George Strait sing-off.
Mm-hmm.
And so Kyle would sing a George Strait song and then Randall would sing a George Strait song and they'd go back and forth.
That's nice.
And it was really cool. And Randall King, I think, just has an amazing voice. He's got some songs that I really like. He's got a few albums out now. I've heard him on the radio maybe once or twice, so he's up and coming. So that's my other rec is Randall King.
Love it.
I really enjoy both of them. I'm a huge country music gal, and I love when I, kind of discover people that aren't super popular, but I like their music. So Randall King and Megan Maroney. Those are my recs.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, we won't get into too much because I think we need to maybe dedicate a segment to it. But All-Stars. Love Island All-Stars.
Oh.
We haven't even talked about it.
Yeah, I didn't know what we were going to do on that situation.
So I figured we'd wait until we have a lot to talk about because it's about halfway through the season if you're watching with a VPN.
I am 10 episodes in.
And it's on Peacock.
Oh, I watched on Peacock.
We didn't think that it was going to be.
I know. I told you that. And you were like, no, it's not on.
Well, the internet didn't say. And normally it's Hulu.
I literally searced and it was like Peacock. I was like, okay.
So
that's where I've watched.
I think I'm on episode like 20 something.
Okay.
But I'm caught up as,
with the UK.
I'll be caught up, with the UK. Whenever I first watched it, I had to binge I think probably 2 weeks worth of episodes. Mm-hmm. So I'm locked in though. It's good. The characters are good that they keep bringing back in as bombshells.
A lot of exes.
A lot of exes, which is awkward.
Interesting.
Yep. There's one guy that shows up. I guess I don't want to spoil it if you're not there.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Sandwich Joe.
Sandwich?
They know him as Joe, the sandwich guy. Something about sandwiches.
Joe.
Curly blonde hair.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was not... I'm on that Love Island wiki. Who is this person?
Oh, I know who he is, but Sandwich isn't ringing a bell. But
I have no idea.
I know who he is.
Okay. Yeah, he's not doing it for me.
He's not doing it for you.
No, I'm kind of losing interest in the show in general. Because it's reached that point where it's like, are they or aren't they? The couples that have kind of been together since the beginning. That aren't committed to one another. They haven't closed it off. It's like, can we get a Casa Amor? Something needs to happen. I don't think they're
going to do Casa. I heard they're not.
Well, I guess that's kind of hard to do because they're all...
Love Islanders.
Yeah. I don't know.
So my issue is, I'm only 10 episodes in.
Yeah.
I'm in it. I like it. But none of them are really committing or
that's the thing. Yeah.
Their feelings aren't I'm not convinced that any of these people are genuinely going to end up together at this point.
And the ones
that makes me nervous because you're 10 episodes ahead of me.
The ones that you kind of are, and then at some point, and this is not a spoiler because this happens every season of Love Island, is their head gets turned. And you're like, well, am I supposed to root for you or you now?
Right.
And which one's real? And
it's also tough with the exes and we had a fling.
Yeah.
Okay, well then you're coming in. It's not really like Love Island where you meet someone. It's like you had a fling with them a few months ago. Now you're in a house together. Maybe we'll just have a fling again. I don't know. It's a weird dynamic.
Because if you weren't going to do it on the outside, why would we believe that you're going to make it work on Love Island?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm having a hard time with it. I like it. I'm in it. I'm watching it.
I like it because of the characters, not necessarily the love stories.
Yeah, I don't love... Because I'm all about the... I love love. I always have, a couple couples that I'm rooting for.
Yeah, and they're usually...
feeling good about, and I just don't feel good about anyone right now.
There's usually one, quite a few seasons have that, they're still married, they have kids. Yeah. Or they were together for a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not looking good this season?
I'm on
episode 10, so...
I could be wrong. There's still, 25 more episodes to go. I could be wrong on that number, but it's around there. 25 episodes still. Yeah. If they do the full like 38, 40 episodes. Sometimes they go up to like 44.
Yeah.
Some seasons, but sometimes they don't. Not in the U.S. version and not in the games.
Games
So
is quick.
maybe because it's All Stars, they're not going to have it be the whole summer. So I don't know. I could be wrong. There's a couple that like I am secretly rooting for, but don't have the biggest hopes for that I can't say.
Yeah.
There's one in particular that was kind of that situation where like, will they, won't they in previous, and then on the outside. So you got to question that too of why weren't they together on the outside? But yeah, they're just beat bopping around too much for me right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of bebopping, a lot of flings in the past. Again, I'm in it. I'm watching. I'm always watching Love Island. Don't get me wrong, but I wish I like the real romance. I like when like people genuinely fall in love on there. I think it's the coolest thing.
It is. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll bring us back to that format.
Maybe it'll happen.
Yeah. Can I do one little spoiler?
Sure.
They brought the twins back.
The blonde twins?
Yes. Why? I don't know.
They don't really do anything for the show. Sorry.
They don't do it for me.
Sorry, blonde twins.
No, and they're not bad to look at.
No.
And they got a lot of work done. But they're just...
everyone on that show?
Yeah.
Is there not one all-natural lady out there?
No. And I don't know, when you make your whole personality that you're a twin...
Yeah.
It's like, how are you really going to get to know someone on an intimate level if you're twins?
Yeah.
It's like they're conjoined twins.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
So if I were a guy, I don't think I'd be thinking about an emotional connection with one of the blonde twins.
Yeah.
That you can't tell apart.
Yeah.
So when they brought them in as a bombshell, I was like, really? Oh, and they brought them in at the same time as Joe. And I was just like...
See, I'm at the point where...
Fell flat for me.
Tom and Sophie just got there.
Right. I love Sophie's voice.
Oh, she's so cute.
So cute.
She's so dang cute.
Tom and Sammy. Wasn't he with Sammy? It's sad that
they didn't
together.
make it.
But I love Tom.
Oh, love me some Tom.
Wasn't he caught on the terrace? Like, didn't he kiss
Terrace Tom. He's known as Terrace Tom.
I was trying to find...
He's always bringing girls up to the terrace and macking on them.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything about that. But I was like, there's something about the
Terrace Tom.
I like him. He's sweet. And yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
So maybe we'll do a little bit deeper recap once we're on the same playing field.
Will we ever be on the same playing field?
When after the finale airs on Peacock.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I don't remember any of that. I'm watching the Sweden version. Okay, well, that does it for this week. Thanks, everyone, for watching, for listening. Make sure you like and subscribe. All the places.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
Yep, TikTok.
Find us there on TikTok.
Maybe we'll make a TikTok.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.